Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 2 of what has now officially been dubbed the Ninja Plays as Ninja series, my 2014 Strider run. Just to give a recap of where we left off, we're currently now on the Metro line, where we're listening to a little bit more of everyone's favorite propaganda expert over there. I can't remember the character's name, unfortunately, off the top of my head. Unfortunately, he's repeating himself a bit at the moment, but it's just generally fun listening to this guy. That curfew thing doesn't work. And generally now we're proceeding to trying to find, I believe at this point, we're trying to find the first real option. Which in this case is somewhere in the underground area. Right now we're somewhere in one of the Transit Authority locations, kind of sliding our way through. The game kind of wants you to do somewhat of a stealth thing, but realistically, stealth in this game doesn't work too well, I'm gonna be honest. It's really, as long as you make sure you can kill him first, it's a hack and slash title, which is honestly the same way it was in the original one. Let's see, I'm guessing I have to go through this guy, which, okay. Maybe I'm using the dive attack wrong. Ouch. Maybe I'm using the dive attack wrong. Should be able to dizzy him or something. They didn't give me the attack for no reason. And even in the game's hints, suggest anytime you get a power up, it should help vanquish anything that comes your way. Although I guess this is a good time as any to show what happens when you're low on health. You get all this stuff appearing on your screen as you're doing so. Health boost. Oh, I took too much damage earlier. Okay. Kazakh City, Monument Square, Transit Authority, take 2. I forgot how long the loading screens could be on this thing. Alright, unfortunately it got sent all the way back to the beginning there. But fortunately it's really not too far off there. Let's go back. Down the chute once more. Crush the guy from below, why not? Or from above, I should really say. Nothing interesting this way, so let's go back. Let's see. This time I should have the armored guard. Just a matter of going back to the train. Let's slash everyone up. Basically, the game, once you get the Charge Saber upgrade or Charge Cipher, you're basically supposed to be kind of holding down the attack button at all times, just to keep it set up for whenever. Seems almost unfair. They'd let you slice through walls under some settings there. Oh well, I don't mind too much for me. Okay, round 2. Let's see if we can... Alright, there goes the strategy of climb over him. Wrong button. Okay. I guess I don't need to face him at all. This little cinematic tells me where I'm supposed to go next. But first, let's make sure I'm not missing anything like that POW icon at the bottom there. Let's see, how do I get there? It's a little dark, but it seems pretty clear how I need to navigate myself. Let's climb upward. Okay, survival challenge. So this would be available from the main menu when you're not playing normal, and there's nothing else down here of interest, so I really have to use those moving trains in order to get back up there. And move on to the next obstacle. Looking at this thing correctly, I need to wait until a certain point where these things are close enough. I'll be able to work off the side here. Now I gotta climb down the bottom and then scale up the other side in order to make the jump over to wherever the door is. Alright, not too bad. another checkpoint. You've got a shotgun to the face. Got a bunch of turrets going on here. Yeah, a little more effective than the first turrets in the game. The general armed trooper design, they reused a lot in this title, but it's still generally nice to look at. Let's see, is there anything interesting here? Unfortunately, this isn't an area I can climb through too easily. Just wanted to make sure I'm at full health for whatever's coming up next. And also climb around just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And I get shot up a lot for my trouble. That's not the direction. We're going to follow the mini-map in this case and see what's going on down here. Two drones down. I'm supposed to keep going down, but let's just make sure. Okay, I got all my health back. Okay, I've clearly got something in my way. I need to get that train out of my way. That was a simple enough puzzle. And we just had a soldier generate from nowhere. Alright, making sure there's nothing hidden off the side here. Really, that just looks like more health. So this is kind of a little bit of a breather room. I got no problem with that. But it looks like more heading down in a second. Yeah, no, okay. I'm really not missing anything, so. Down strike. Okay, two more of these guys, and okay. I really gotta actually beat them this time. I can't just skip it over like I did with the earlier guy. They seem more resilient now. I guess when I dizzied the original one much faster at this point. Okay, now that means the red flashing is dizzy. That's one down. I got knocked down by the door. I ran into the door too quickly. And alright, that's where the puzzle starts. Now I probably need to beat this guy in order to get the other side of the gate and get to the next part, which is a little further down the rabbit hole. We figured at this point, as long as you aren't around when he fully turns around and you slide appropriately, you can basically dodge most of what this guy does. Although I'm not really showing it off too well right now. But in theory, yeah, you can actually dodge a lot of what the guy does just by well-timed slides. And at this point with the upgrade, the slides actually damage for a little bit, not a huge amount, but it adds up over time, I imagine. Alright, let's go a little further down. There's another checkpoint. So I've got to be reaching something important at this point. And further down, there's my next upgrade. And one of the sisters. And now she has something that resembles a gun this time around. Okay, this is different. This is an interesting redesign on the character. Just to kind of put in an added note, I wasn't initially sure exactly where this fit in the series, but it seems kind of based on the fact that the characters don't all seem to recognize one another. Otherwise, I imagine Solo would have had something to say earlier. Or wait, oh my bad, I'm actually speaking a little ahead of time. But spoilers, you see Solo somewhere in the game. But when Solo does show up at this point, since they don't seem to recognize each other, I think this is actually either a remake of the original to some extent, or just something that's meant to be really early on in the series kind of entry, because they don't seem to acknowledge what's going on there. And despite a little bit of a mistimed plays, we have option C, we have a nice hidden achievement there, and that was not a hard boss. That's actually kind of a cakewalk, even with not exactly the most careful play. And we have a projectile in the form of an eagle. Let's see, where do we go next from here? Okay, eagle flight. What's that? That's kind of awesome. Alright, return the monument square. From the looks of it, the option C basically works as long as you have enough in order to actually launch the attack. It'll send one flaming eagle, or pretty much one streaking eagle option, whatever exactly it consists of, flying across the screen at whatever height you're at. Which is a good way to clear a screen if you happen to be hitting somewhere and you have just a line of enemies, so I can see how this is actually useful there. I guess between that and the fact that I now have a downward strike there that I didn't have before, I can actually go and look through certain sections of the monument square that were originally cut off for me before, because I was being stopped by red gates that I can now officially break through. So now that we're around here in the historical zone, I'm pretty sure we had 1 or 2 that were coming around this area. And let's see what I can find. And I know I saw 1 or 2 around the rooftop area. Okay, here's one of them. Alright, that's some concept art. It's nothing big, but hey, it's something. Not too much of a problem, because I know... Oh, here's another one of those gates right away. I saw a number of these things along the way. I counted at least a handful, so... that, I've got a gate. This has got to be heading somewhere useful. Let's see, I think I can get away with just picking this one guy off. There's not so much going on here that it'll come from. Okay, at this point, yeah. This is going a lot better fighting those guys now. I think I got this down packed now. There's a way to get through that door, and there's something on the other side. I just don't have it yet. So, okay, I know I can still keep going down, though. So let's just do that. Gate I can slide through. There's something in this area. I know it. Another gate. Okay. Energy upgrade. So that means for these little boosts here, I'm gonna need to keep an eye out for those sort of things, because if I can upgrade my energy by finding stuff like that, that means I can also upgrade my health that way, and it's not just mission or objective base. That's a good thing to know. So really, this game really does run under Metroidvania rules. Excellent. Alright, this calls for a little more backtracking. Let's get back to where we were. Nice locale, nice scenery, but we got other places to go. I know I had to have seen at least one more a little further along the way. It's a good thing, really, they give you a lot of places to get health back, because you take a lot of pot shots in this type. Ouch. Okay, let's see. That sucked. Okay, once more with everything. Hopefully I wasn't too far away from a checkpoint, so let's start slowly backtracking there. Hopefully, up to the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'm really hoping I don't have to backtrack in order to get the energy upgrade again, since that's a bit further down. Okay, no, it gave me credit for achieving that. I'm already going through there since the gate's gone. Alright, let's clear this area and try that again. And let's get sucker punched again. That's bad. Remember how I said just a moment ago, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm pretty sure I had those guys down packed? I need to reassess that statement now. Because I just got taken out in basically 3 shots by that one guy. And that's after he just killed me before. That's why Strider, when he initially comes in, he looks less than amused there. He looks bemused. So let's instead go just straight down. New enemy intel. So I'm guessing that's kind of a dossier on various enemies and stuff I'll be running across. Nothing great, but it's something. You know what? Screw you, guy. We're gonna just keep on going. Let's see this. There's probably at least one more of those gate things around here somewhere. Yeah. Ouroboros Mark III just flying around in the background. I didn't even notice him at first, but that's a nice touch. Alright, we're going somewhere. Somewhere really deep down. And involves a lot of sliding. New concept art? At least we're getting some art out of the deal in this extra sidetrack adventures here. Alright, we got some electricity here. Okay, I know I don't have anything I can get by that with, so let's just keep on going up. Hopefully there's something else in this area that'll make it a little more worthwhile. Nope, we're done here. Wait, nope, we got something. That was an item there. So let's take a look. Okay, more enemy intel. I guess that'll give me some interesting reading later at least. But yeah, okay. We've done as much as we can in this area with what we have equipped at this point. So it looks like directly above that area there's something there. I think that item's for another eagle dive or something like that. So basically another area change there. So I guess let's go back up and move onward. I think barring any extra items at this point, I think I'm done with Monument Square. So okay, it's showing there's something on the higher up on the tower there, but I can't reach it at this point. Eagle flight perch. So here we go. Nice neon flight. We're moving elsewhere in the vicinity. And we're being shown points of interest. I got somebody I need to kill here. That's curious. I think that's a new type of general soldier there. And I need to kill everyone before I can go through. I guess charged cipher shots are just a little more handy here. Just because if you stay too close, you'll accidentally get bumped a lot of times. Also, if you jump right into his attack, you also get hit that way. And if you let him punch you, he'll get hit that way. Do I got a door open now? No, I got one more person I need to find somewhere. Or am I overlooking? That was not the right button to press. Okay, I've got a red light on me somewhere. Okay, I must have one more sniper I need to look for. Yeah, that's the one that did it. Apparently you kill enough people, you get a magical door. We'll be back after the pause.